Welcome to the Firehouse, the show dedicated to the brave men and women who serve our community.
Hello and welcome to the Firehouse. I am your host, Chris Moses, and this is the Firehouse radio station show on WRHU 88.7. And today, sitting with me in the Firehouse is none other than Chief Mike Gordon.
Yeah.
What is going on,
What's
brother?
good, B? Everything
How
good?
you feeling, brother?
I'm chilling, man.
Listen,
I'm a little
all right.
tired,
You're a
all
little
these
tired?
calls, 2 in the morning, 4 in the morning, but that's what we sign up for.
Yeah, listen, this is what you do.
Yeah.
So you had something going on last night, or just chief stuff?
Yeah.
Running them calls.
Especially this past week, it was a lot of overturns. Kids they don't know how to drive, so they flipping the cars.
The holiday
over,
weekend is coming too, so it's about to get busy. But anyway, before we even get into all of it, the listeners need to know who you are, right? So tell them what department, tell them what company, tell them how long you've been in, tell them all of it, how many ranks you've held, tell them it all.
What's up with y'all, man? My name is Michael Gordon. I'm now the 3rd Assistant Chief of the Freeport Fire Department, and I'm an ex-captain for the Apache Host Company number 5. So, we got to keep the party moving, baby.
Here we go. I love it. How long you been in?
I've been in for 11 years now.
11 years. So you got
that's
some
nothing,
stories.
though, when you talk to people like Lamont, your
Listen,
man. He
yeah.
said 31 years. I said,
Listen, we had people
bro.
on here at 40 years. We had people like, I think Bill Wade was 40 years. We had John Skelly that was like 30 years. But still, 11 years is some time, man. And you chief. Not a lot of people get to that rank and move up to that.
Yeah, I'm happy that I was able to do it.
All right. So you said what? Tell me which ranks you've held all the way through.
In 2020, I was a 2nd lieutenant, and then, of course, 2021, 1st lieutenant, and then 1 year as captain. And then right after ex-captain, I knew for a fact that I was going to be qualified to be chief. So
you went right for it.
Yep.
All right, so now there's also something special about you being chief, is that you're the first African-American chief ever in the history
of the Freeport Fire Department. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
Round of applause, brother. Round of applause. How does that feel? Like, you literally just made history, brother.
Yeah.
You made history. So how you feel about that?
I feel amazing, man. I'm very happy and proud of myself that I was able to make history in a town that I grew up in. And that I was able to make my mother happy as well, because when I told my mother that night, she said she's staying up until I told her. So I told her right away, and she started calling everybody, family members, friends, and co-workers. I'm like, yo, you can't do that. It's like 11 at night. Yo, people sleeping. It's on a Thursday. People got to go to work on Friday. Yeah. But I'm just glad that I was able to make her happy and proud, and that the town happy and proud.
That's dope. That's dope. So let's start from the beginning, right? What makes you, before we even, what makes you, want to become a firefighter? You said 3rd assistant chief, right? So in Uniondale, we have 1st, 2nd, and then chief.
Yeah.
Why is there 3 in Freeport versus the 2 that's in Uniondale? And I'm pretty sure there's other places. I think Hempstead has more than, the 3 chiefs. Why is Freeport like that? Is it the how big Freeport is? Or
we got a lot of numbers. It's like up to 300 members.
Okay.
So that's why when it comes to like state parades, a lot of people are angry at us because we always winning that. And then installations.
Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that?
Yo, don't be hating, man. But when it comes to installation, we want to try out different spots, but we can't really do that because there's only 2 places that can hold the amount of numbers that we have.
That you guys got.
Yeah,
wow.
So it's like we always do it at a hotel because they're able to accommodate the numbers that we have of members and guests.
Okay, so how about, what is the duties of the 3rd assistant chief? Because I know each chief, usually one has apparatus, one has houses, one's this. So 3rd assistant, what are you doing? What's your baby?
Well, I'm actually the chief of training. I'm like basically the person that's like making sure everything goes right with the parades, that just happened with the Memorial Day parade and the county parade. And when it comes to fire, I'm actually on the fire floor.
Okay.
So I'm just
you're the interior chief.
Yeah. I'm just making sure everything's going right because when it's fire, people got tunnel vision. So
that's right.
Now I'm not that person that's delegating anymore. I let the officers do that. But if something is going wrong, I say, hey. You got to see the whole picture. Yeah. So, how long have you been in office now as chief? As chief, since April 4th, 2024.
So since April. So we're just talking like a couple months here.
Yeah.
So how is that transition from going from that tunnel vision, which we all get, right? Listen, I know my job. I'm going right to go do it. To now having to back up and look at the whole thing. Like, how was that transition for you?
I don't know. I kind of still get it a little bit, but like I gotta snap myself out of it. But I'm just glad that I have like ex-chiefs that call me and make sure everything is all right. They give me a little bit of advice. They always tell me I don't have to take their advice, and I appreciate they're not trying to run things from behind. They're just saying here's a little bit of advice of what to do next, and you don't have and so wait, what was I about to say? I forgot.
No. I was just saying. It's cool. We all good. I was just saying how that transition from being just a regular firefighter to now going to chief. I just know it's a lot. I know it's a lot. But let's start from the beginning. Let's start from the beginning. Yeah. What makes you say I want to be a firefighter? 11 years ago. Let's not even do 11. Let's do 12 years ago. A year before. What makes you say, you know what? I want to run into this burning building. I want to be a chief. So talk to me. What goes on?
My mother actually. So back in high school, I didn't really know what I was going to do afterwards. After I graduate, everybody's talking about they got their exception letters from colleges, and they was going to go to be nurses and doctors and all this. Okay. And they look at me all happy and like, yo, Mike, what you going to do? And I'm like, I have no idea. So my mother was like, yo, just join the volunteer fire department because maybe you'll meet somebody that can help you out, find you a job, or maybe even help you with a trade or something.
Now, how'd your mom know that? Like,
well,
she just in the town. She's
pretty popular in Freeport, so everybody gives her a little advice to
give her kids.
Look up for me. But but luckily after high school, I got 2 jobs that I'm still currently at, and I'm 14 years in. So fast forward to 2013. My friend and I were walking from the store, right? And he's talking about how he wants to be an EMT because he wants to gain experience because he's going to be in a medical school, right? Okay. And I was like, well, I've been thinking about being a firefighter, so let's just go to the firehouse that's up the block.
Let's do it together. Let's go.
We're always walking past this block, this firehouse that's on Leonard Avenue. And so we go over there. At the time, it's now ex-chief Alfredo Ruiz. He was the captain, and the 2 lieutenants was Dennis Urena and David Wiggins. And we go over there and they give us a tour around and we tell them what we were interested in. And they was like, oh, the EMS building is by the train station. That's not at this one, right? So long story short, he never joined the department and I stayed for 11 years. So.
Oh, wow. So he never even came through with you. Yeah. And 11 years later, I mean, do you still see him?
I haven't seen him in a while.
I was about to say, you got to text him and let him know. Yo, remember we used to walk by the firehouse? I'm actually the chief of the entire Freeport right now.
I see him here and there, but, it's like a quick, hey, how you doing? Because, personal reasons.
Yeah. No. But that's dope. So that's the origin story of Mike Gordon. That's the origin story of how it starts. So Mom Duke, shout out Mom Duke. Shout out to moms, because look, now you're in here. And I like the way what she told you is that if you're not sure, and this goes to all of our listeners and our people that are in there now that just are joining or people that want to join, if you see what his mom said, it was join the volunteer, departments and find out what you want to do if you're not sure, because you'll be able to connect and meet somebody. And that's what the volunteer services is about. Yeah. So I love that. All right, so let's keep going here, Mike. Let's keep going. 11 years in Freeport. I know Freeport gets some runs. Yeah. I know you got some stories. I know you got some stories. So tell me something. Tell us some stories. Something I need to know.
All right, man. So my first fire as a second lieutenant, bro, I was terrified, son. Because I've never taken on a leadership position ever in my life until I was a second lieutenant, right? So for you to tell me I got to delegate and lead people into a fire, I'm like, you must be out your mind, right? So it's a mutual aid to Merrick, Courthouse Road, right? Mm-hmm. We get onto the block. I see this big gopher fire. I look at the guys behind me. I look at my chauffeur, Dave Garcia. And I say, if you don't turn this truck around, we're not going in there. You better bring that back to Freeport.
I'm not doing this.
The chief says, I'll take these badges off right now. I'm not doing it, right? But then I remember Chief Scott Donnelly said, yo, I just need you to stretch the line to protect the house next door, basically, right? Okay. So I'm like, oh, that's easy. We've been doing stuff like that. Yo, just 5 chauffeur 2 and 5 charge line, and we do our thing, right? And then while we're doing that, Chief Joey Satira comes out the house and says, yo, Lieutenant, yo, there's a charge line at the front door, but there's only one person on it. So you're gonna be the officer of that line. Get a few guys and get that to the second floor. I said, excuse me. What you said? You want me to take my own guys into that, and somebody I don't even know who that is, and lead them in there, right?
Yeah.
So we do it. I lead them up to the second floor. And when I seen all that fire, I felt like a brand new fireman all over again. Like I've never seen fire, even though I've seen countless of fires. I fought them.
Yeah.
You know, but like just
that was
leading
different.
it was just a different. You know,
it's
I
different.
just wasn't really too sure, but I just said, let's just do it. I just
you
got
didn't
on
let
there.
that hinder you, and that's the beauty of a firefighter, right?
Yeah.
Anybody that tells you that they're not scared is not true.
Exactly.
Right?
I'm
You're
always
scared.
nervous. I'm still nervous.
Still nervous,
Yeah,
but it doesn't hinder what you do. You was able to lead your men in there and lead your men right back out.
Exactly.
Here we go. And
So-
now you about to do it as chief, bro.
Feel me?
I love it. Now you about to do it as chief. All right, so real quick, walk me through a day in Freeport as the third assistant chief. Walk me through, and Sundays is usually our day, which I want to make a mention because somebody commented on some of the stuff that I wrote, and they was like, well, everybody's day isn't Sunday. Somebody's days is Saturday, and some days are Thursday. So whatever day it is your day Sunday? That's where everybody comes down and does training?
So, well, it's basically like what that person that commented. Like, you might have companies that got that training on Friday nights.
Okay.
Ours, Host 5, is Sunday mornings, 9
Okay, so Sunday morning. Well, I mean, let's talk about you as chief, though. So as chief, Sunday morning, walk me through that. Walk me through that morning.
Well, I'll give you a whole rundown of like how an actual fire goes for all firefighters, and then I'll, transition into the chief thing.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Bet. So, those tones go out, right? Your heart rate's racing, your adrenaline's pumping.
Mm-hmm.
You hop on that truck, and you got your chauffeur, your OIC, which is your officer in charge. He's gonna look back, and hopefully he has a good amount of members, because now you're able to rule short with just the chauffeur and the OIC. But hopefully you look back and you say,
And you got
all
some
right,
people back there.
Yeah, I can say, all right, you're gonna be the nozzle man, you're gonna be the backup man, third man, hydrant man, all right? But if you're a truck company, you'll be like, all right, you're gonna be FE, which is forcible entry, OV, and roof man, all that can man.
All right.
All right, so
you're already right there delegating from the moment that you get into right.
Once
moment you
you're
get
on
into
that
the rig,
you gotta make sure that
delegate.
you give out the positions, because if you don't, people start freelancing, and you don't.
And
want
you don't
that.
want that.
Yeah,
There you go.
So you get to you arrive, give your 22. What everybody's supposed to be doing is giving their pass tags to command. Which I see has been slacking off. So we, everybody in Nassau
chief
County,
now,
I'm
bro.
telling
You
all
make
y'all
sure
now,
that
we
they
gotta
do
start
that.
making sure that we get back to that.
Yeah.
Because we got to make sure our members are all accounted for, just in case we got to transition into defense attack.
Yeah, want to know where everybody is.
Exactly. So you arrive. Truck company's going to do their primary search. They're going to locate and contain the fire. Nozzle man puts out the fire. Truck company checks for any extension. Then they do their secondaries, then the overhaul. And me as a third assistant chief, I'm really just there just making sure all of that is being done.
Okay.
And, everything is being done correctly. And if anything's going on, I'm not going to yell at everybody, because I'm stay calm so everybody else stays calm. This is a very intense situation, so everybody has to calm themselves down, and I don't want anybody getting all roused up. So, if anything, which hasn't happened yet, but if anything does go wrong, I'll say, hey, Cap or whatever, pull them to the side, just make sure your guys are, hey, Cap, you got too many guys in here, either get some of them out of here or make sure that they got a job to do.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's really basically it. I mean, and then one thing also I want to stress is that when you guys get back to the firehouse, you got to start cleaning your gear as well,
That's right.
Because
Smart.
all those toxins that you just carried from that house is still on your gear, and you want to wash that off, with soap and water, a little scrub with the hose, because once you put that back on and, you start sweating or your pores start opening back
all
up.
Those toxins
all those
is getting
toxins
right in there.
into you,
That's
and
right.
that can
That's
cause
right.
cancer,
That's
so.
right. That's right. See, that's chief talk right there.
You know
Things
what I
things that people not thinking
Yeah,
about,
not
right?
thinking
But you
about
let
that.
them know. So let me. You came from a hose company, right?
Okay.
So now that you're a chief, you're looking at everything. How does that work? Where engine is what you do. Yeah. Now you got to start incorporating that truck. How does that work for you, being now chief, knowing not just knowing all the position of being in an engine company, but now knowing all the positions of truck? Yeah. How does that work?
Well, I knew a little bit of the basics of truck, obviously because of primaries.
Okay.
And I have an ex-chief in my company. He just made sure that he, gave me an idea of what to look out for as truck work. But now, I usually go to every firehouse, just to, I go to truck company more just so I can learn how they operate. Go. So when they're training, I go to the trainings. When they're doing rig check, I go to their rig check so that I can see, what type of equipment they still have, what's out of service, and just how they operate.
There you go, just to see. So that's what you do. That's how you learn, and I love that. See, that's again. I'm gonna say this the whole time. That's chief stuff right there. Yeah. That's the chief stuff. Listen, you're not just getting stuck over in the engine company. You're like, listen, I got to know all of this. So you go over there to truck and start learning. Yeah, exactly. I love that. All right, so let's keep going here. I got a question that I normally don't ask, but I wanted to ask you. Right. So with firefighting. Things have evolved over the years. So tell me one piece of equipment or a couple of pieces of equipment or even technology that is literally, in 11 years that has significantly impacted your job, that you've seen from the beginning, like, what, we've got better. We've got this. What technology or any piece of equipment that you could think of that has really helped you do your job?
I think the best tool to say on that is the thermal imaging camera, the TIC. Okay. Every officer should always carry that with them.
Do me a favor, just for our listeners, explain what the TIC is.
So the thermal imaging camera just helps you identify any type of hot spots. It's not going to show you that there's any fire behind the wall, but it'll tell you that then you might have hot spots behind the wall or hot spots inside of this soil pipe, or because fire travels through pipes and stuff like that. So and it definitely helps all the truck companies because. They're the ones that's checking for extension. They're the ones breaking through the walls.
There you go. So that definitely can help them out. And I assume, and I know over years though that that thermal imaging camera got better and better and better and better. So that's one thing. Just for everybody know, those thermal imaging cameras, make sure you have them on your rig. Yeah. So that's something that the OIC is grabbing as soon as they get out the rig.
Every OIC I think should carry it. Even if you're just engine, just in case. But it's really. Leave if truck company has a good amount of members, leave that kind of work to them. Let them have the irons. Which is the married pair, which is I keep saying firefighter talk, but listeners probably don't know what I'm saying. So basically, the married pair is the Halligan and the axe at the same time.
That's right. So a married pair.
Whoever's carrying that is known as the irons, the FE, the forcible entry.
That's right.
Right. So kind of leave that kind of job to the truckies. But I think you should. I personally feel like every officer should have
it because you can help out. That's one extra tick that's in that building. Yeah, so that works out. All right. So we talked about camaraderie earlier, right? How do you keep that? Now it's third assistant chief. Yeah. This company and this company and this company and this company. How do you keep that camaraderie between all of these companies, especially with the high stress of being a firefighter? Yeah. How do you do that?
Just going to these. If you're talking as a chief, you just go to these firehouses and just have a just eat with them before their meal. If they're having a company meal or whatever. Just hang out with some of them. Don't just hang out at your own firehouse all the time. But I would say within my own firehouse, we all kind of have the same interests, right? And we all hang out outside of the firehouse. We go to the Nautical Mile. We'll go to Oceanside, Long Beach. And then we all take company trips every year. So we're always overseas. And when we leave whatever has been stressing us out back in New York, and we just relax and, try to, cool out.
And I just thought about that because you're Freeport, so Nautical Mile. Were you in for Sandy?
I got in right after.
I'm pretty sure you heard about Sandy. Freeport was a lot. Oh, man. Yeah. It was a lot. It was a lot going on there.
Yeah, but I know you was talking about high stress, right? I wanted to speak about this breathing technique that Lieutenant FDN from FDNY.
Okay,
his name is William Hicks, right? He came to my firehouse one time, and he gave us a breathing technique of whenever you're stressed out and there's a lot going on at one time, just do, inhale 5 seconds, keep that for 5 seconds, and then exhale for 5 seconds. And that has actually worked because at the Nassau County Parade, there was a lot of people giving me last minute things that I asked for 3 weeks in advance to try to, make everything
and try
smooth.
to mitigate it then
and
get
then
it
people
done.
saying, hey, Chief, how do you do this? Hey, Chief, where's this? Hey, Chief, that. I'm like, I did the breathing technique real quick, and then I was able to calmly give everybody direct answers.
And delegate where you need. Yeah. All right, I love that. All right, so I need you to tell me this real quick, and I've had so many different answers for this, but what is one common myth you want to debunk right now about firefighting?
That there's no benefits to volunteer firefighting. I think that there are a lot of benefits. Everybody's looking at the money. They always like, how you running into a burning building and you're not getting paid for it, right? But I think that, you have to look at the bigger picture. Like, I can gain friendships, a lot of connections. Like, let's say you already have a career, but you've been trying to get this promotion for like 5 years on your own and you just can't get it, right? Yeah. And you join the fire department, somebody can make a phone call to
somebody might be in there that you know.
Yeah, and now next thing you know, you walking into the office signing for this promotion that you've been trying to get, right? That's happened to me plenty of times actually from the fire department. Also, if you're in high school and you don't know what you want to do, like I was when I was in high school, I say if you're freshly, graduating high school, join your local department. You don't even have to be a firefighter if you don't want to go into these burning buildings. You could just be EMS, right? Tell them you want to go to Nassau County Community College for free. Get your 60 college credits. Even if you don't know what degree you want to get, tell them you want fire science because you're going to be learning that anyway.
There you go. Yeah.
Right? And then when you get your 60 college credits, let everybody know that you want to take all these civil service exams, right? And so now you're going to apply for everything. I mean, FDNY application just came out yesterday.
Yep, 24th, just for everybody
apply
to know,
for that. But, you apply to everything, MTA Police, New York Sanitation, NYPD, Nassau County PD, and, 2 years after you graduate in Nassau Community College, you got your 60 credits. They don't even need the degree. They just need those college credits.
You need those, yeah. But
now,
it's still good to have the degree. If you're there, you might as well just go ahead and get it.
So now let's say you get hired from
and
NYPD.
it's free, which we talked about before.
Facts.
Safer grant. So that's another benefit of being in the volunteer services, the Safer grant for all firefighters, where you get to go to the local community college for free.
Facts.
So,
and let's say you do get hired by NYPD, right? 5 years after that, you about to probably make $100,000 plus, and you didn't even know what you was going to do 2 years ago. So
look at that.
Yeah,
look
exactly.
at that. There we go. Listen. All right, so let's keep going here. I got a question of just like what. We already talked about kind of what started you, right? But what is one nugget that you would want to give to someone that's listening right now, right? Someone that's listening and they're like they want to join or they're in right now and they're not sure if they want to stay. What kind of advice would you give them?
I would tell them, just stick with it. But one thing that I've been seeing a lot is like, young kids, that are already in it. They act like they know everything, right? And so, like there's this saying in this movie called The Drumline that has always stuck with me. He said, "You need to learn how to follow before you can lead, Mr. Miles," right?
That's
and
right.
that has always stayed with me.
That's
and
right.
One thing I just gotta say is just be patient. Don't think just because you got 2 years, you've been in the 3 fires, and you just finished essentials and primaries that you know what you're doing. Listen to your senior man, listen to your captain. Listen to your lieutenants, whatever, and just engage all this knowledge that they're going to give you so that when your time does come,
you're ready and you're prepared to go.
Pass it down.
I love that. All right, so, Mike, you know what we're ready for, right? We're ready for the flashover.
Uh-oh.
All right, I'm pretty sure you know about the flashover, the game that we play here.
Yeah,
so I'll give you 2 things. I'll give you Android, Apple. You got to tell me which one. But we're going to do TV shows, okay?
Yeah.
All right? And a couple movies I'm going to throw in there, right?
All right, cool.
It's funny because a lot of people, like, I've been asking, like, should I change the TV shows? Should I change the movies? But nobody wants that. All the comments, people always say, no, keep it the same because they want to know what you're going to say.
Okay.
All right, so you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
It's really quick. All right, so you ready for the flashover?
Yeah,
really quick. Chief, what is a flashover?
A flashover is when all combustible materials ignite at the same time.
There you go. Really quick, boom, just like that.
Exactly.
And I think we had someone on, Chief Bill Wade. He was telling us about, the steps and how much time you have from the door.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those critical things that any firefighter hears flashover, you don't want to be in that room.
You better get out of there.
You better get out of there. All right, you ready to go?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do this flashover. All right, Chief, here we go. Chicago Fire, rescue me.
I guess I'll say Chicago Fire. I don't really watch any of those, but yeah, Chicago Fire.
Rescue me, third watch.
Nah, I never watched any of those.
Neither one of those. Neither one of those. All right, I know you've watched these. Backdraft, Ladder 49.
Oh man, Backdraft. Come on, that's a legend right there.
That's a legend over Ladder 49. Is that what you're saying?
I don't even know what Ladder 49
Oh, so
is.
you only see
I got to get into that, though.
That's all right. That means you got to watch it.
Yeah.
All right. And the most important question I'm going to ask you today, engine or truck?
Engine, man.
There we go. Boom, 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 boom. There we go.
You know better than to ask me something like that, man.
You know it, man. We put the wet stuff on the red stuff, baby.
But in all reality, we all got to work together and make sure that we get the job done.
That's it.
But y'all truckies even know y'all need us, man. Come on now. Nah.
You hear that, truckies? You hear that? Listen, I had a couple truckies on here, right?
Yeah.
They never said anything, but now you might have started it all.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, erase that part now.
All good, man. All good. I love it. All right. So, just in a whole, you know, being in the volunteer services, my question is, how has it changed your life? How has it changed your life being in the volunteer services?
I mean, it's definitely kept me out of trouble. And it took me from being, you know, childlike mentalities into an adult mentality. Because when I first joined, I was always the kid running around, joking too much, you know, mad loud. And my officers, I remember one time had to sit me down, like, you know how they do like the private meeting, like, yo, let me talk to you right quick. Yo, you playing around too much. Like, yo, calm down. You know, there's a time, you know, to be joking.
Time and place for
but
everything.
There's a time to be
it's
serious.
not right now.
And they were right. You know, ever since then, you know, I've learned how to, you know, split between the two. And now that kind of frustrates me now when, like, I'm at a call and we got like a 3-car MVA overturn and somebody's talking to me about something that has nothing to do with this call, and I'm like, bro, do you not see these 380 over here? Yo, go secure that vehicle. Go check on these 380, bro.
Isn't it funny how the pages turn and now you're looking down funny, well, not looking down, but just looking across, saying, listen, no, this is not the time for this right now.
Yeah,
not the time for this.
Afterwards.
But talking about just being funny, I don't know if everybody knows, but you got a comedy page on Instagram. Tell it, first of all, shout out the comedy page, and then tell us a little bit why you started doing that. Like, I mean, we already see, I'm in here cracking up, so we already see that you're funny. But what's the reason why you have that page, and shout it out?
My comedy page is MG the Entertainer on Instagram and YouTube. But I got to start getting back into that because, you know, I actually took a little bit of time off just so I could focus, you know, with my campaign as chief. So now that I am chief, I got to get back on it. But the reason why I even did it, and I actually did stand-up a couple of times.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, we got to talk about that real quick. How is that?
Yo, that scared the hell out. I think that was scarier than going in a burning building, bro.
I can imagine standing up in front of these people. Tell me, just really quick, tell us a little bit about that.
The first one wasn't so bad because I didn't know any of those people, and it was probably only like 10 people there. But the second one, it was fully packed. I don't know if anybody knows about the Governor's Club in Levittown, but it was literally all packed. Wow. Every single seat was packed. And when they called my name, I felt like I was about to pass out. I was like, wait, they called my name? Oh, okay, all right, let me get
Were you in during this time? Were you already in,
in
the fire?
2019.
Okay, so you was in the
right
fire
before
service.
COVID. And I was going to keep going. I was, going to keep doing this, but then COVID came and everything shut down, so it kind of took me out of that momentum.
But now you need to get it back going because I was looking at that comedy page. It's hilarious.
The reason why I even doing all this is because everybody's telling me, yo, like when I'm joking and all that, everybody's saying, yo, you funny, yo, you should be a comedian and all that. But I'm not really planning on like being no Kevin Hart or nothing, but it's just something that,
hey, listen,
I like to do.
It go there. What you gonna tell them, no?
I don't know. I mean, even if Rescue Me calls me, I'll never watch none of their shows, but I'll get in that thing. Turn it up. You got a paycheck.
No matter what, even if they call, I never watch the show, but I'm on it.
Exactly.
I love that, man. So listen, thank you so much for just coming down here, gracing it with your presence, doing that. And, you had said earlier about, you being third assistant chief and that, people telling you that you were playing around a lot and stuff like that and sitting you down. But whatever it is, that you did got you in his chief right now, right?
I think
So they sat you down. Those guys sat you down, talked to you, and then they all remember. And I don't know if everyone knows, but the way it works to get into any chief spots or any of this, it's all voting. It's all voting done by your peers. So your peers put you in that spot. So that to me is always a big thing, because then that lets you know they want you here.
Yeah.
They want you here. So listen, am I forgetting anything? Anything you want to shout out? Anything you want to say?
I mean, my regular chief page is mgordon215 on Instagram, and if anybody needs to contact me, you can hit me up on Gmail, mgordon2127@gmail.com. And if you do want to recruit, just email me. Send me a little message, and then I'll get you to the right company. Especially if you're in Freeport. If you want to be a truckie, I got a couple of numbers that I can give you.
Okay.
And if you want to be in Ho's company, I'll send you over to Ho's 5, 47 Leonard Avenue.
There we go. I love it. I love it. Listen, again, thank you so much for coming through. Gracing your presence. You know I'm going to need you back. I know.
Yo, especially if Renan come back and Darnell. I'll pull
Listen,
up with them.
I was thinking about doing, and we're on season 2 right now.
Yeah.
So season 3, I want to start filling up some of these chairs and get 2 or 3 people
you can have
in
me,
here.
Lamont, Darnell, and Renan at the same time.
That'll be so much editing.
Probably be here for an hour, though. I don't know. Yeah.
That's all right. We can make it a 2-part. We make it a 2-part show that day. But anyway, thank you so much. Definitely gonna have you back, brother. And again, congratulations.
Thank you, brother.
Welcome.
I
Listen, I don't know nothing about being chief, but I know that you're gonna do a great job, brother.
Thank you.
All
I
right.
appreciate it, man.
So listen. I hope you guys enjoyed that. We just heard from Chief Michael Gordon from the Freeport Fire Department about his life as a firefighter. I hope you guys enjoyed everything. I need y'all to do a big thing for me. That is like, share, subscribe, do all of that stuff. Listen, I am your host, Chris Moses, and please tune in next week for another great conversation in the Firehouse.